My Chemical Romance on Radio 1, that is Planetary Go, and you'll never believe who's here. You can see them online if you want to, bbc.co.uk/Radio 1. Hiya. A round of applause, because we tried to give one for Chase and Status, but it sounded rubbish. But can we have a proper round of applause, please, for Robert Sheehan and Ben Barnes? Oh, go on. Yeah, oh, wow.
We'll join in on that one. Yeah. First of all, I can't believe I missed Chase and Status. I've just listened to their album for the last month and a half.
Did you not run into them in the live lounge?
You see, the thing is, I wouldn't know what they look like.
Oh, okay. They look good.
Their music's awfully good.
Very, very good. Yeah. I saw you both having a little dance in there to Pendulum as well, Ben Barnes.
Why not?
Some wonderful moves from Barnes.
Well, I've been practicing.
I know.
He's got some serious gurns, has Barnes.
Yeah, serious
gurns and lunges.
Beautiful stuff. So you look very smart. Is this for us?
This is entirely for you.
All for you.
Well, it's for you chiefly, and then it's for the screening, which we're off to straight afterwards.
Secondarily, though.
The premiere.
Yes, exactly. But mainly for you guys.
Mainly for me.
I'm glad you dressed up too. Thanks for that.
I wore a little jacket. Would you say this was a suit jacket? We've been having this debate.
Well, it's only a suit jacket if it's got... Has it got trousers?
But I couldn't afford both, so
it's got the one.
Did you just put it on because you were chilly or because you wanted to impress us?
I put it on, because I wanted to impress you.
Okay, fair enough.
Has it worked?
Yeah, you woke up this morning, almost left the house, and then realised the video people were in, and thought I better wear something.
Well, I thought if I'm honest, if we're real talk here, I feel a little bit brain dead today. So I thought if I dressed smart and washed my face and cleaned my hair, then I'd sort of feel better and fresher.
And do you?
No, it's not working.
Well, you're on the radio, so you've got to be alert.
But now they're filming it, so it's kind of...
Yeah, so it's a bit like telly.
Yeah, it's a little bit like telly as well. It's the double whammy together. It's good. And so obviously you've just done a film together, Killing Bono. You're going to do the press of it. I imagine you've been doing that together.
We have, yeah. Although in Ireland, when we did a big premiere, it was very much divide and conquer, wasn't it? So we were in two different rooms, and they were bullying us separately.
Right.
Basically. Viciously asking us questions about how we got on with the other one, and then prodding for...
It was like an interrogation.
Gossip. Oh, yeah, we're going to do that again. Yeah, we're going to do that. And then the premiere tonight, is this a sad day because it's the parting of your bromance today? Have you looked at it like that?
In a way, yeah, it's very much a reunion since we did this film at the start of 2010. And for, 6 or 7 weeks. And now we're at the end of our promotion. So, in a way, it's the final reunion. Yeah. But then again, there's a few film festivals coming up, so we'll probably be all out.
I don't feel like our bromance will ever die.
Talmina, baby, in Sicily. Is that where we're going next?
Someone mentioned it.
So we're going there.
If you're listening, Sicily Film Festival, we want invites.
Okay. I can hook you with that. I used to be on the panel.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No. But do you say the bromance will never die, Ben?
I do. That's what I say. I can't talk directly to Robbie in my own accent, even when he calls me on the phone, even now.
I did notice that just then.
It's by default. If I turn to him, I have to suddenly, I'm in Irish, and then I turn back to you, and it's fine.
I think it's very confusing for people who are with you when you're on the phone to me.
It's confusing for me in this head. Try living in this head where you're just warping it with your Irishness.
It was weird, because when we finished the film, Ben found it very difficult to go back to his Wimbledon accent, basically.
I was stuck.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I did get stuck.
How did you sort of give lessons on the accent?
Very much. They were paying me extra to be dialect
to coach him. See, I do that. I'm the same when I'm with Annie Mac, who I do a show with on Sunday nights. I can't help but do an Irish accent all the time.
Annie Mac?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So she's a lovely lilter from Ireland.
She is.
It's one of those accents, though, you just want to jump in and get wet.
I love it.
Get wet.
Yeah.
You seriously considered staying in it for life, didn't you?
The only reason I haven't is because I've already done about 4 or 5 years of interviews in my own voice. If I never had, I would much rather just rock it and be Irish.
It's very good.
I would be kind of Celtic.
It is. It's impeccable.
I would be awesome.
It's a very good, because Annie always shouts at me for how awful mine is. She was parking the car outside Radio 1 yesterday, and she was trying to get it in the space, and was like, back it up there in the box there, Annie. She's like...
That's kind of like an itinerant.
Bad. She's like, that's not how I sound. I'm like, sure it is, Annie, go on. Put her window up. Just ignored me. She hates
You sound a bit like a pikey.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, well, representative Annie Mac.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why
minority, though, at least.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And Ben, could you fill us in on the film? I saw the trailer, Killing Bono, but I did talk through quite a lot of it. So, fill us in.
Were you shouting at the TV?
Yes.
And filling yourself in on it as you went?
Yeah. No, sort of, if it was on and I was gossiping.
Yeah.
So I got the general gist of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Something about Bono.
Something
for everybody
about
listening.
Bono's involved. That's what it should have been called. There's something about Bono.
Something about Bono.
Like there's something about Miriam.
Yeah.
Bono's a woman. That's an exclusive.
That's the one. That's
Salacious Gossip. I told you we'd get there.
He has been all these years. Sorry, Ben.
It's about two brothers, Neil and Ivan McCormick, and Neil McCormick wrote a book called I Was Bono's Doppelganger, about basically the decade of his life from school onwards.
Yeah.
And when they were 17, there was a couple of garage bands happening at the school, one of which was called The Hype. And Neil and Ivan McCormick's band was called The Undertakers, and basically it's about the next 10 miserable years in the life of these two hapless brothers, desperately trying to claw their way out of U2's large, cold, dark, impending shadow, which starts to loom over
Makes
them.
him sound so evil.
Yeah, to the world. These two idiots were in London in a warehouse, shivering, eating cold beans out of a tin,
their first proper gig,
rehearsing their songs with bad lyrics.
Okay, and you play those two idiots?
Yes,
indeed. Yeah, it was a far stretch. You know what I mean? But we got there eventually in rehearsal.
How was it playing it like a rock star, but kind of a failing one? That must have been a pretty good role to do, right?
In our gigs that we filmed in Belfast, we had basically Rent-A-Crowd come in, which was like about 200 16-year-olds who were being paid modestly to scream at us. So, but then again, coming out on stage, a scream was a scream, so it was quite ego boosting.
Yeah,
all
quite
the same.
into it. How are the singing bits? Did you actually have to do the singing?
Yeah, we had about 2 or 3 weeks in a studio in Northern Ireland with a great songwriter called Joe Echo, he's Grammy nominated, written songs for Madonna and stuff.
No pressure then.
Wrote that Celebration song for Madonna.
Yeah.
And so we were with him, he'd written these songs, and he was teaching me how to sing in the kind of all the different styles that Neil McCormick borrowed through his life, kind of whatever was popular at the time, whether it was Wham,
They
Queen,
changed it up quite often.
kind of that new romantic Bowie sound, and whatever it was, he was teaching me those different styles of singing, so I could kind of inject each of the performances with a different kind of flavour, really.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant. It was a couple of the best weeks of my life, because the rock and roll without the pressure of it actually being you having to be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was no pressure, because I could be
You were being
rubbish.
stupid on someone else's behalf.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great. Poor old Neil came out the dunce at the end.
We've made our peace.
Yeah, with the world.
With the fact that we're making total plonkers of ourselves in this film, and we're happy for people to jeer and point and talk through the trailer now. We're happy for that.
You're fine with that?
Yeah.
Good.
We're happy being laughed at, not with.
Yeah, good. That's a good place to be, I think. That's my career. And what about singing now? Have you sort of found a hidden talent of singing? Could you maybe release material off the back of this?
Well, now, we just got given in our hands earlier the motion picture soundtrack.
Oh, yeah?
With our names credited all the way down beside Joe Echo's, which is quite an honour.
Yeah.
Because it is our vocals that we laid down, for the first 2 weeks. It was quite ironic, wasn't it? Because we went into the studio before we even started shooting, and Ben very rightly observed that the real Neil and Ivan spent years trying to get to this point, and we just waltzed
straight in by default, going, we're playing them, and we get to where they were trying to get to for a decade.
So we jumped straight.
But the soundtrack's great, and Robbie's. Do you play any guitar on it as well? I sing about 10 songs on the soundtrack, and you sing the final track in the movie.
And I lay down my secondary vocals
and all the backing vocals
nice.
and
Some
everything.
Back him up, give him some bass.
Beautiful. We're going to play record, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to do quite a good game, I think.
Oh,
quite a good game. Not
this
amazing.
Is a drinking game.
But
We're
quite
going to
good.
start
We're going to
boozing.
play a not a
Yeah, we
very
thought it'd
good
be a
game.
really good idea to get you wasted before the premiere.
It's 5:20. It's time to
You'll
start
be fine.
boozing.
People will expect it.
Yeah.